It's a very important story for millions of parents across the country, those who are dealing with or struggling with the problem, what to do with your children in the current age where all of us are themselves as adults are hooked onto social media. How do you ensure that your children are not getting into the dark side of the social media, addicted to it? Now, Andhra Pradesh government is considering a law to bar social media access for children under the age of 16, taking inspiration from Australia's groundbreaking policy. Now, the state IT and HRD minister, Nara Lokesh, has said that the government is studying Australia's approach and believes children below a certain age should not be on social media platforms because they often lack the maturity to understand, contextualize the context that, in fact, the content that they consume. Now, remember, this happened at it's a very important, at least, discussion that Nara Lokesh has started, I must say, because there is so much being spoken about the impact of all these things on children. Australia's new law, which makes it illegal for under 16s to hold accounts on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, has put age verification and youth digital safety at the center of this global debate. I want to play out some reactions on this.
Children under a certain age are not emotionally mature to understand certain negative content that is floating around on social media. Hence, Andhra Pradesh is now studying the best global practices going on in different parts of the world. And we're also looking at Australia's under 16 social media law decision which just came out. Now we are looking at protecting children from all this negativity. So Telugu Desam Party stands by our Minister Lokesh ji on these efforts to protect child safety.
So I first want to tell you what the Australian government did, because this law, if it comes true, is an inspiration from this. And we played out this story, ladies and gentlemen, earlier as well. Log Out Kids Australia has banned social media for children under the age of 16. Under 16, they can't have social media accounts, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, X, Reddit, YouTube. On all these very popular social media platforms, children under the age of 16 are not allowed to have social media accounts. 50 million children being groomed, not understanding the context, over-sexualizing, being exposed to content that is for adults, all that brought this in. And also, we have seen how children are hooked onto their phones, which is also having a physical, in fact, problem as far as these many children are concerned. Take a look at Indian context. Why at least a debate on this is important. I want to tell you, in India, there are 49 crore social media users. 49 crore. We are among the highest in the world. Instagram has 36 crore users. Facebook, another 36 crore users. YouTube, somewhere around 46 crore users. And Snapchat has about 20 crore users in India. India is hooked. And in all these, multi-crores that I have spoken about, many are children under the age of 16. So this becomes a very important aspect of the debate. Let me very quickly go across to Aruba Kabir, senior psychologist, who is joining me at this moment. Aruba, thank you so much. I remember when the Australia law had come in, we had a conversation at that point of time as well. And we were talking about what lessons can India learn. Now an Indian state, the minister is saying that, we are also considering it. Should children under the age of 16 be allowed on social media? India is a society which is a massive, users of social media, especially children. What is your view on this? Is there a safe way, or should we go for these hard measures?
Well, like last time, I would say a blanket ban by itself does not fully serve a psychological or developmental purpose. Why? Because social media is not just a platform anymore. It's a social environment. Children are growing up inside it, emotionally and socially. So if we treat it only as a legal or technological issue, we miss the psychological reality that children use social media for connection, validation, identity, and emotional regulation, which we adults are not able to give them in their homes, schools, institutes, on the road. So the question is not whether children should whether question is not whether children should be protected. They absolutely should be. The question is, how do we protect them without creating a new psychological risk? How do we know that we can just take it away from them and they will not find other ways? Like VPN, Indian people are creating TikTok content for foreign users. I have already made few reels which have gotten viral, millions of views, where I am informing parents, please do not use your 7-year-old, 6-year-old, 12-year-old kid to create content. They are parent handled social media accounts.
No, but
So I'm not in favor of
okay.
this.
But Aruba, let me ask you this. Because, the children often struggle. You are saying that they are looking for validation, some sort of companionship, some sort of an ecosystem that they can find, some sort of affinity to. But let me ask you this. The failure of us as adults to give them that time, to give them that environment, that doesn't mean that they should have unrestricted access to social media. And why I'm saying that, for children less than the age of 16, most likely, it's difficult for them to contextualize what is happening. Most of this content is adult kind of content, the context of which may be lost on them, and hence they are being thrown into a world which they are absolutely no understanding of.
I totally agree with you, but that does not mean that we deny it. We delay it. For example, you do not hand over your car keys to a 13-year-old. You don't do that. So don't give a gadget and don't give it all the time to them and give them free access. That is the responsibility of a parent of a platform. We cannot say a lot of things against certain individuals or governments or anything on social media. We get banned. So why can't we ban those platforms which are creating such content which is unhealthy for our children? If we have to protect children, we should first protect them from the houses, in the schools where the bullying is happening, houses where there's domestic violence, where there are emotional issues, where they feel unheard, unseen. And then on the roads where they are
But
eavesdropping.
Aruba, aren't they
So
two
I
different
guess it
things?
is a
That
huge
is
thing.
that is what we are talking about, the protection of children, but specifically talking about social media. Which is that cutoff
Social
age?
media, you
Where do you
cannot.
think that children, possibly have the ability to understand and should be exposed to this? I agree that there has to be much more parental control, oversight in what your children are exposed to. It's your responsibility. But if we are failing in that, isn't it time also to put certain stringent measures? Like you very rightly said, you don't hand over your keys to a 13-year-old because there is a law that bans it, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I am just saying that we cannot completely take it away from them, where there is a lot of positives also to it. There are nuclear families more, so you need to have connection, you need to learn. And tomorrow, all of a sudden, you will just push them in a world where there is social media, technology, and everything out there, and they don't know how to deal with that rejection or that aggression. They don't know. So you have to go gradual about it. Maybe create policies where we are not taking it away from them completely. We are just giving them, matlab, how much we
But
can
do you
allow.
agree that there should
But
be a
VPNs
certain
are
age?
already.
What is that age can be debated, whether it is 16-year-old or 12-year-old or 13. There should be an age that possibly can be decided after a debate that below this, children should not be on these social media platforms.
I would say below 10 years of age. After 10 years, start introducing them to it, because end of the day, that is the part of the world today. Right? It's an important thing in the world today, social media. So you can't till 10 years, because 7 to 10 years, we psychologists believe you are actually creating the foundation for a child.
Okay.
But alongside that, we need to create a 3-layer approach where we are regulating, we are educating, and we are building an emotional capacity
Okay.
for them. Then by the age of 11, 12, 13, if already they have a environment at home, in school, they already have that foundation, it
Yes.
will be very easy for them to understand what is right and wrong.
Okay.
There needs to be
That's
emotional literacy. आप बच्चे को, you can teach a child that how online validation develops anxiety,
right.
how it
That's a
will lower
very
your
important,
self-esteem.
those are
They
very
don't
important
understand it.
suggestions that you are in fact speaking about. As I said, there could be a debate about what age should it be appropriately, exposed to. But yes, the responsibility also lies with us as elders, as parents, as people, as adults, to ensure that they are in a safe environment and the exposure is also gradual and safe. But yes, it's an important debate which is taking place. I'm glad it is happening in India as well. Hopefully, only better things are going to come out of it. Thank you so much, Aruba Kabir, for joining me at this moment on the broadcast.